I thought I'd share some information that I received last night in the way of a text. It was kind of late. I didn't respond to it because of that, but I don't think they were really expecting an answer last night. But anyway, basically, what the text said was, I'm thinking about the possibility of buying a home, and I was just wondering what I need to do to get started and if that's something you can help me with. And so anyway, this morning I texted him back after I had breakfast, and I just said, "Say, if you got a minute, give me a call. I'd be glad to visit with you and get you on the right track, and maybe you can become a homeowner sometime in 2021." Anyway, there's lots and lots of people out there that are interested in becoming a homeowner. They're not quite sure what to do. They've never bought a home before. They've maybe not experienced anybody who's bought a home, so they've not seen anybody go through the process. They may have had a friend or two that bought homes, but they weren't really involved, so they don't really know what to do. And everybody's kind of, I guess, just anxious about the situation that we're in right now. It's kind of been an upheaval to our lives in the last year or so, and that doesn't add a whole lot of good things to help you get started. But anyway, he did call me back, and I visited with him for probably 15 or 20 minutes this morning. And basically, people want to know how to get started, what they need to do, and what it might take. And I just told the guy this morning, he's a really nice guy, he's got a good job history. And I just basically told him, I said, it's all about getting prepared. And I can give you an idea of what you need to do and help you in any way that I can. But it's really just getting prepared and understanding the process. And I have a little report that I send out that's basically just the home buying process report. Tells you a little bit about what you need to do. But he explained to me pretty briefly his situation as far as his job, his income, his credit history, his family situation, the kind of home he'd like to buy, several different things like that, how much money he had to work with. And anyway, it was all good information he shared with me. And I got his email address, and I told him first thing I'd do would be sending some homes to look at so he could kind of become familiar with the market. And then I told him I'd run some numbers and let him know what kind of payment range he'd qualify for. He told me kind of what his budget was, but told him I'd check to see what he might actually be eligible for and then give him some home buying options. But then most importantly, I told him I'd send him that home buying process report out so he could look at that. But anyway, most people would prefer to own a home. They don't know exactly what the right timing is. They don't know the costs. Sometimes they're kind of reluctant to talk to somebody because they don't think they may not have the credit to buy a home. They think they may not have enough money to buy a home. And really, in today's environment, there's so many programs out there that help people buy a home. There's down payment assistance. There's 100% financing programs. And you don't need perfect credit to buy a home nowadays. You've got to have pretty decent credit, but it by no means has to be perfect. We've got programs that are as low as 600 and even 640 as far as actually getting you to a home. And lots of people have gotten into a home with the programs that we work with for way less than $3,000 or $4,000, sometimes a couple thousand, even less. So anyway, if you're curious about the home buying process, what it takes to become a homeowner, and maybe you're renting right now and your lease is coming up in a few months and you wanted to kind of be thinking about it so you can prepare yourself, I always say the best thing to do is just give me a phone call, 10 or 15 minutes. I don't need a lot of time. It takes just a few minutes to get some of your facts and figures so I can tell you a little bit about what you need to do, and then take your information, send you some homes. Maybe you're not even sure where you want to live with, but after talking, sometimes I can help you with that. But there's lots of things that I can do to add to the process that you might need to go through whenever you're thinking about just getting started. So if that's something I can help you with, hey, just call me up and tell me you'd like to know how to get started, and I can help. You can reach me, my contact information below. I'm right here in the Oklahoma City metro area. I've been helping buyers with home purchases for over 32 years now, and I bet you I could help you. I found that by working with people, you can usually help 60, 75% of people buy a home usually within 6 to 9 months at the longest. So if you'd like some help, just give me a shout. My cell phone number is 405-210-5319. I'll do everything I can to help you and answer any questions you have. Even if you're not quite ready yet, you need a little more time, go ahead and give me a shout and might give you some idea on how to get started. Thanks for watching this brief video. If there's anything at all I can do for you, real estate related or not, just give me a call. I'd be glad to help. Thanks again for taking a minute. My name is Kyle Noe. I'm with First United Realty. And as I said, I'm right here in the Oklahoma City metro area. Be glad to help you. Bye-bye.